Have you ever wondered if too much screen time is really good for us? What about as a parent? How can we handle technology in this present culture in a godly manner? Well, I'm Pastor Isaac Portillo of I Am Church. Let's get into it. Technology is an incredible gift and a powerful tool that has become so integral in our daily lives. However, as Christians, it's important to consider whether there should be any limits on how much time and how we engage with it. While the Bible doesn't specifically address screen technology, since it didn't exist at the time, we can still apply timeless biblical principles to this area of our lives. Principles such as using our time wisely, guarding our hearts and minds, avoiding idolatry, and prioritizing fellowship and community with others. And these are all relevant when evaluating our use of technology. God's word calls us to live with an intentionality and balance, ensuring that even our engagement with technology reflects our commitment to Him. Let's begin by acknowledging that time is a precious gift from God. God has given us our time. And in Ephesians chapter 5, verses 15 through 16, we are reminded to look carefully then how you walk, not as unwise, but as wise, making the best use of the time. Why? Because the days are evil. Now, this verse encourages us of a few things. First, to be intentional with how we use our time, recognizing that each moment is valuable. Since none of us know how much time we have left here, we should focus on using it in ways that honor God. And that includes our time spent on screens. And as parents, we have the responsibility of teaching our children to not only appreciate, but to wisely manage the time God has given us. Now, this doesn't mean we can't enjoy any screen time or any of life's pleasures, like watching a movie, using social media, or engaging in any other fun activities. But it does mean that we should strive to live each moment with a heart that's devoted to the Lord, always mindful of the time that we're spending on it. Now, which it means we need to be careful that we're not spending all our time watching screens. Parents, this is where we have to set healthy boundaries and lead by example. Because if we're on our screens all the time, we can't get mad at our kids for doing the same thing. We need to guide our children in taking responsibility for discussing the dangers that technology can bring and helping them to understand our duty as Christians to guard our heart. Proverbs 4:23 reminds us of all of this truth. Keep your heart with all vigilance, for from it flows the springs of life. What we consume on our screens can have a powerful impact on our hearts and our minds. For many, screens have become such an addiction and sometimes even an idol. And this is where idolatry becomes an issue. The Bible warns us to be mindful of what we allow into our hearts, whether it's negative thoughts, harmful media, or anything that pulls us away from God's truth. Technology is often filled with such harmful and unbiblical content that can be so negative, and it negatively impacts both us and our children. And this is why we have to be careful, and we have to remind our kids that there are things that we shouldn't be watching, things that aren't healthy for our hearts, our minds, and our spirit. So maybe instead of letting negative influences tear us down and distract our children, I encourage you to remind them of the importance of fellowship and community, values that are foundational in the New Testament. And as parents, I realize how easy it is to just give your kids a tablet or phone when we're busy or we need a moment of peace or just have things to get done. But I urge you to take those moments to encourage fellowship, to teach and invest in your children. We often live as though we have endless tomorrows, but the truth is we don't know how much time we have. So make the most of the time that we have been given. Read the Bible together. Engage in meaningful conversations. Sit at the dinner table, eat together, have those deep connections, because screens aren't inherently bad, but it's our responsibility to teach and to guide our children to use them in a way that honors God and reflects those biblical values. Now, I hope this video has encouraged you to consider and evaluate how much time and how your family does screen times. As always, if you need a place to worship or need someone to talk to, or you want to have more engagement about this conversation, you can join us here at I Am Church at 10 a.m. on Sundays. As always, we love you. God bless you. We'll see you soon.